Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey guys, what's up?
So, Joe, what are we doing here?
Well, we're at JS Auto, located in Sunway, where you know all these garages in Sunway where people mod their cars are at.
Alright.
But today we're at a tire shop.
Okay.
Because I thought I'd drag you along and I want to change my tires.
All four or just
all four, dude. All
full
four.
set, alright.
And I plan to go with semi-slick UHPs. So I brought you here so maybe you can give me your 2 cents.
Right, sure.
Alright, cool. But I already have one thing in mind.
Yeah.
But let's see. Yeah?
Right. Let's go.
Well,
right, Joe, so this is your current setup. You've got Westlake tires.
it's a Westlake RS.
Alright.
Yeah, I think most of everybody asked me what tires I'm using before. So this is currently a Westlake RS. It's a semi-slick tire. It's technically a UHP tire with 235 40 18s.
How long have you had this?
This is actually 2 years.
2 years.
2 years, dude.
So since 2019. Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
you changed
man.
it,
Remember I had to change them,
Yeah.
and this tire is alright, but it has paid its dues. It's done its time. Seen better
24
days.
months for extreme UHP is a pretty long time, man. It's not bad.
It's good, but I think when the time comes, this is the time for us to do that kind of selection.
Yeah. Right.
So these guys are going, and I'll tell you guys one more thing. I'm taking this off too.
Got a good deal on wheels, I guess.
Yeah. So what we're planning to do is we're going to compare 3 tires, but I already have one choice in mind.
Yep.
But I'm just going to tell you something. Now this is 235. I'm going to move it up to 245, and the rear is going to be the same, which is 265. So technically they're staggered.
Alright. So how about the wheels? Are they going to be wider on the new
They're
set?
going to be well, technically the same because sorry, this is 8 and 9s.
Alright.
8JJ and 9JJ. So this is going to be 8.5, and the rear is going to be 9.5.
I see. Alright.
So yeah. So I'm going to show you the rims right now.
Let's go.
So I told you guys I want to see the rims, but before that, I want to introduce you guys to the owner of the place. This is
Mr. Tan
From
here,
JS Auto.
From JS Auto.
yeah. So he's the one who's going to show us what I've ordered for my rims and tires. So Mr. Tan, what do we have? Can you please show us what
Okay,
tires?
what we have here is
CF1s.
rims from this particular design. It's
Tell us about the rim.
it's flow forming design rims that's very lightweight. Not comparing to the normal casting wheels. It's a slightly different technologies here, so you can hold the rims and you feel it's very light.
Oh, let me try.
You really tight.
Wow.
It's really light.
Ho.
The weight itself is about less than 10 kilograms.
I thought it's
Depending-
8.6, right?
10.6 for the rear because it's wider. The front is less than 10.
I see.
Right, so
Alright.
it's front and back is different size. You can see from here.
So you can see here the specs.
Move it around. Easy for. The spec here is 8.5 for the front and then 9.5 for the rear.
What does it say the weight though? Because most of the viewers would like to know the weight of the rim.
Normally they don't weight it here, so
Yeah.
we have to bring in a weight and weight it for yourself. So that's why it is.
But
So
I think whatever it is going to be lighter than my rim.
it's definitely
Yeah.
lighter than your current rims. Yes, correct.
Which I bought it from you too.
Yes, correct. Yes, correct. So this is a slightly different design comparing what you have right now. This is the 5-spoke design comparing to the mesh design. Normally they call it the mesh design. So of course the mesh design has more spokes. You will cover majority of your brake caliper, so you won't see it very clearly. But with these wheels, with a very big hole here, you can easily notify and see your brake calipers. It look much nicer and sharper comparing to what you have currently.
Yeah, it's easier for me to clean also. Because I had to use a brush, oh my god, and my hands hurt. But I think this is because I clean my car myself sometimes, so it's easier for me to go about.
Alright, this is the design of the wheels. Okay,
Want to take a look? Check it out. Okay, if you guys are probably boggled, this is like CF1s. Actually, it's Tyre 1s, yeah, but CF1s. So it's an imitation by BBS, but for most of us, this will do. This is really good.
We have many selections other than this. We have many selections of the rims from the originals to replicas, depending on what you want. Ranging from a Japanese car to all the way to European cars, we all have all the different kind of designs here. So feel free to drop by if you want to. Thank you for your recommendations to all the fans here. That's very good, very kind of you. Thank you.
And you guys, if you have anything, you will see JS Auto at the link below. Yeah, and especially follow. Okay, now we're gonna check out the tires.
All right.
Let's check out the tires.
Let's check out the tires.
Hey guys, so
Right.
we came to the tires. Right, so Mr. Tan, tell us what we have right here.
Okay, what we have here for the tires itself, we have Federal tires, the RSRR. We
Right.
have the Bridgestone Potenza RE71R. We have the Yokohama AD08R. Okay, there are differences here. Federal is from Taiwan. The Bridgestone and Yokohama, of course, this is a very well-known brand of from Japan.
Lang.
Okay, sizes are the same. Sizes are the same. So yes, these are the three different models. Of course, the price point is also very different comparing to what the Japan made and also the Taiwanese made as well. Performance-wise, I would say both Japanese tires, they are always there, up in the air. There's very good performance comparing to what we have. Comparing to the Federals, although it's a bit lower, but of course at the price point, what you pay for it, you get what you get. Okay, so the performance-wise is not as bad as what you can see from here.
Alright, so that's the general information, but now we want to know how's the traction like, especially now weather, dry, and our Malaysian rainy days.
Okay, regarding the traction for semi-slicks. Okay, semi-slicks, it play into a part in the tire world, right? Wet can consider quite challenging at some points, okay? Normally when you run on normal tires on wet, gripping is very good. You go with a normal Michelin tires, go with normally Pirelli tires, Continentals, whatever, they are very, very good in wet performing, okay? But when it comes to semi-slick tires, if you compare to normal tires, this is not as good, for sure, okay? But in terms of all this range right now, right here, wet and dry, you will see it's much better. Japanese tire make much better tires in terms of the wet grippings, okay? But comparing these two, it's very challenging to say because when there's this tracking days, they try both tires, actually they are performing about the same, but you can't really tell how good they are in terms of how many seconds you can be faster or slower. It's very difficult to tell during that time, okay? Of course, with a price point of slightly lower in price, of course you get what you can get, which that price point you get actually quite good grippings from wet and dry, depending on how fast you want to go, okay? Of course, if you go at 200 to 300 kilometers an hour, of course you cannot get a lot of grips during wet drivings.
But this one is a W97W, right? So that means it's 270 km per hour. But as you're saying, compared to the Japan and the Taiwan one,
Yep.
I assume that these are going wet at certain speed, at a high speed, but this has a low rating when it comes to wet.
Correct. When it comes to wet.
So some people would like to know, okay, they've heard Federal, it looks nice, it looks great, but how fast you think most people would drive this in the wet?
Normally in the wet, go straight line, it's not very difficult. But
Okay,
when you
alright.
go to the cornering in wet, I think the most you can get to is maybe 180 to 200 maximums you can get.
Good enough for me, man.
I think that's what you can get, yeah. Okay, for cornerings, yeah.
So the track wear, I assume all of these are 200s.
In semi-slick tires, there are tread wears of 140, 180, 200, 220. But normally it stick with 200 in general because 200 is the approved levels to go on the street, normal street drivings.
In America, right?
In America, yes.
okay.
Yes, it's normal approved levels. But if you go down to 140, that's definitely going for track racing only. That's definitely no warranty or whatsoever for that particular tires. Okay?
Okay, so most of these tires are used for extreme cases for track. But now
Yes.
for people like, you know, the viewers at home, most of us don't go track. They would like to experience these tires on the streets.
Yes.
So it's my job to find out the lowest tire right now.
Yes.
How do they perform in the street?
Correct.
I'm gonna go with this to find out how is it good on a daily driving, and I'll get back to you guys after we install this tire
Yes.
onto the car.
Okay guys, so as you can see, this is the insides of Joe's tires. Pretty worn out. This is due to camber, and yeah, this will not be safe after a while, and especially in the wet where you need the grip. So yeah, so this is why Joe's changing it. But not bad considering it's 24 months old, 2 years. So yeah, this is what is going to happen to an extreme HP tire after 2 years on normal street driving. We've got, he's got BC racing coilovers, big brake kit, Brembo calipers. I think this is 355mm if I'm not mistaken, and still braided brake lines, which is pretty good. So yeah, it's got a decent street setup. Can't wait to see the new wheels and tires on. And oops, spacers. I think these are 15mm spacers. Nice setup, Joe. Nice setup. Right guys, so all is almost done. As you can see, Joe's busy there with the mechanic. And yeah, I've got cars, dyno tuning nearby at Vision Auto. Pop and bang. So yeah, we'll come back to you a week later with Joe's full review.
Hey guys, so we've installed the new Federer 595 RS RRs. And usually what we want to hear is, as of course, I think we've heard all of this before, the road noise or the tire noise against the road. So let's see how it's like in the cabin. It sounds like my Westlake personally, because I guess you know, Mazda RX8s are built, you know, insulation is very bad and stuff. So okay, now I see it, now I hear it. Now I hear it. Sounds like a, you know, those trucks on those off-road tires on tarmac. But I'm pretty okay with it, you know. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's quite not that loud, but it's, you can hear that whirling noise on high speed. I'm currently traveling about just 110 kilometers an hour, but this is yet to be tested, so I gotta use it right, and if the tire pops out, I guess is what they say, pop. So let's just give it a go. At night. What I'm about to do is nothing so dangerous. I'm just taking some corners when there is like nobody present at that time. So the time is 11. You can hear the tire noise at night. Okay, the last time we drove with Greg, in the last few minutes ago, it was kind of wet, so we couldn't push it. So now we're gonna try to push it. See how tight I can go. But just a reminder that any kind of tire you have, you just still have to be careful on the road, because you know, you still see Ferraris, Lamborghinis all crashing. Even whichever sports car you might have, no amount of money can save your life. So just be careful and always signal between lanes. So especially when you have these trans bumps, please be careful because they are very dangerous. Safe corner. 130. 120 something. Yeah. Usually people will do like slalom tests, moose tests. This we're just trying on the street. Sepang's cancel. So we just have a night stroll. Yeah. Remember, these tires these are UHPs, but they are meant for dry. So, but we've seen other reviews that they say that some could handle wet up to 180 kilometers an hour. Lowest was 120. So I guess it depends on the car size, the overall measurement of your car. So for this car is light. So imagine a light car. If I could get most of the grip in wet, that would be fantastic. So this is the normal corner where, look at that, oh nice. So on a straight, I can feel the car, because the noise is telling me how. You can feel that
the tire or your exhaust?
That's the sound of the tire whirling.
Okay.
If you guys check out other videos as well in relation to, you know, Federal 595 RS RRs, they try to find the sound. But for most of these guys, they have loud cars, it's quite hard to identify. But if you're in the cabin, you can actually hear. You might think it's the bearing, but it's not. It's just a tire making a lot of that noise, road noise, tire noise.
Why is it making a lot of noise? Because of the compound or the natural of the material?
I think one is I believe is that it's the type of compound, of course, because the design of the tire is meant for just purely dry. So I guess those I believe the surface of the tire has this you know, it's macam berkopak keluar to make that contact. If you look at it microscopically, right, it just has all that grip. Because of that, all the whole tapak or the surface is making you know, that contact. If it's wet, it's UHP, so that means you have all the lining for, you know, like driving in straight lines. So this noise is probably caused by, you know, the pattern being like, you know, flame. So the noise macam berawak, like, you know, it's like a brown movement. Well, it tries to brake with those tires. You can hear it skidding, and then it does make that contact, and I feel quite confident being in this kind of tire, you know, especially when it's dry. I'm gonna see how the tire does it. It smells one kind. I'm not so sure if it's my car or the tires, because they did say the 595 do overheat quick. So let's see how that does, or how it is. Just cooling off the car, and now we just look at tires. Yeah, see how we took it. Because we really took like hard corners on the highway, alright? Just want to see how it goes. So yeah, you can see the surface is quite for what I did, it looks seasoned enough. Despite it you know, being a dry tire. You see the temperature of it, it's quite hot. Yeah. If I had a meter, the thermostat here, right? Just a thermometer here, right here, probably tells a lot.
Actually you kind of abused the tires.
I did abuse the tires. But yes, you're right, because these tires overheat quite quick. So Noah, why don't you pegang?
Yeah.
So these tires, it's quite sticky and it's panas. I mean, like
warm.
Quite warm. Like if you were to go with my old Westlake, it's meant to, like, you know, slide. But this one is meant to get grip, so you have that kind of friction. So the coefficient of friction on this tire against the road is quite good. It's quite high, right? So can you imagine how it does on track? I'm sure there's a lot of good reviews if you check out other YouTube pages, especially if it's not in Malaysia or any parts of the world, about this particular tire. But so far, with the new lightweight tires and lightweight rims and the new tires, I think fairly I have a very good traction all around, and overall grip is, I would say, it's fantastic. We can just brake just like that. So what's my conclusion? I guess we've tried it with Greg in the wet, right? We went straight around town and took some corners, although we didn't see the front view. And then we tried in the dry. We whacked it, and I believe, preferably for me, I think I am quite happy with the tire despite the noise. Some people can or may not live with the noise, but for me, I think it's fine, because I know that tire has some level of contact, because that's the surface area. And despite it overheating after a few laps, maybe, I think still, I guess it's economy driving during off or on track. That's how you take corners during that time. Overall, I think front tire looks okay, rear tire looks fine. I can see some dirt area around the tires, showing that, you know, I guess we took that slide. You can see some markings here. I kind of took a slide just now to the left side. So I guess the side walls at the outer side of the rim, I guess, is quite grippy, because most of the time you're leaning, right? So it's quite good. So before anything else happens for tonight, I guess we gotta go. But till next time, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe below. If you have any kind of comments, do comment below, right? Be nice to all of us, all right? We'll try to help. And if there's any added information, do say something. See you guys. Bye. All right, guys. So we have come to a conclusion to our new pair of tires at JS Auto. I would like to say thank you, Mr. Tan, the owner of JS Auto. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having you guys here to introduce the products that we are introducing here. Thank you for your time, your kindness, and to bring all the way the crew here to take a video shooting here. And also thank you Mazda Group. Now they are expanding much better now with bigger car selections groups here, including the Ford Focus, Lotus, and so on, everything that they can cover. They call it the MDG.
Still, yeah.
It's called the MDG groups. Yeah. So thank you for your support, and hopefully you will come again soon and bring more crowds to JS Auto.
We definitely will. For those of you guys who intends to have you get your tire fix here, or tire change, or any rim changes, you head over to JS Auto because they have friendly service, they have good quality rims no matter where they're from, and most of all, affordability, right? Depends on your driving. And I'd just like to wish to you guys, drive safe, stay safe. Guys, take care.
Drive safe, stay safe. Thank you.
Ciao.